I don't know if what happened on eBay yesterday was just happening to me or if it was happening to everybody. Let me know down in the comments. I took in a sale at about 1:30 yesterday. It was a little bit slow in the morning, and then another one came, and then there was a gap for a few hours, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And it was, a heck of a Monday. And I got into bed and I told my wife, I was like, man, that was a great sales day. And as the words are coming out of my mouth, another sale came through right that moment. And it was just like bonkers for me. Bonkers for me. Yesterday, I had a total of 8 sales come in for $422. Just like completely blew my mind. So I'm going to share with you all the stuff that's sold, where I bought them, how much I paid for them, and just show you the stuff. So, but before I do, if it's your first time here, my name is Brian. I'm a reseller. I sell on eBay, and I buy things at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, and the stuff that I have here, a little bit of it came from all those different places. So we'll talk about that here in just a couple of seconds. But yeah, and I make YouTube videos. Don't forget that part. But let's get into it. So the first sale that came through yesterday, it got me. If it would have been the only sale of the day, I was jacked. Whenever I saw it come through, I was like, this is so cool. It was a set of Revere ware. So I've got this is a post 1968, but it's a 6-quart stock pot with a nice dome lid on it. These are a little bit more rare than just the regular tops. And then some pre-1968. I've got a 10-inch skillet. I've got a 2-quart saucepan and a little 1-quart saucepan. So the 3 pieces came from an estate sale. Yep. And then the dome lid stock pot came from Goodwill. So I put all the pieces together to come up with a set. I just did this past week because sets were selling so well for me that I decided to try to put together a set. So I did. I've got $20 in this set and sold it for $99.89 plus shipping. So I saw that come through and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And if it had been the only sale for the day, I would have been perfectly happy. But then about 45 seconds later, I saw another notification. And I thought it might have been the same notification because when I opened it up at first, I just saw Revere ware. But it wasn't. It was a different notification. So this is a set of 3. I've got them all bundled up, saucepans. But these are 3/4 quart, 1 quart, and 1.5 quart saucepans that I put all together. I've got $13.94 into those saucepans and sold those for $42.89 plus shipping. Same buyer as the first set. So one buyer, I guess, wanted a bigger set and went into my store, saw, the different options and bought both sets. Didn't ask for combined shipping. I'm going to see how I can get it all packed up, but I think I can get it in a pretty small-ish box and probably make a little bit of extra money on the shipping as well, which, we'll see what we can do there. But that alone, again, so I'm at $143 in sales, just boom, boom, right away. I say right away, just back to back right there in the afternoon. And I was like, man, I was so happy. I told my kids about it in the afternoon. After school, I was like, man, I sold two more pan sets, pot and pan sets. And they're like, oh, that's really cool. And I thought maybe I was done for the day. I don't know. And so it's today is my wife's birthday. Yesterday is her pre-birthday. Pre-birthday. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh when I say that. And we're going to go to see a movie. And I said, hey, let's leave early. I said, I want to hit 3 thrift stores on the way and see if I can find any more pots and pans that I can build some sets with on the way. Unfortunately, I didn't, by the way. I struck out. But we're in the third store, and I get a message from a guy about this bag of Chevy hats. I listed them yesterday at about 4 o'clock. I'm getting the message from him at about, I don't know, 7 o'clock. I listed them as a bundle. I went ahead and tried listing them as a bundle. And the reason I did that is there's another seller of those hats, that exact hat, who has a multi-quantity listing, who has more than 10. I've got 11 in a bag, and is selling them, at a discount. For the more you buy, the bigger the discount. You get up to 20%. And I saw a couple other people who had some new ones, just singles, and used ones, that exact same hat. And when I look at sold comps, I couldn't find any sold comps for 90 days. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try the bundle thing first and see if I can make that work. And I put the bundle up for $49.89 plus $12.99 shipping. And I'm like, well, if I can turn $5 into $50, I'm happy as a clam. So that's fine. So I get the message from the guy, and he asked if I would take $50 shipped, which would have taken the price down to, $13 for shipping. That would have been $37 for the hats. I was like, I almost just sent him the offer to take it. And I was like, let's see if we can meet in the middle. And we did. So I sent him I sent him a message back at $56.99 all in, which is $44 for the hats, $12.99 shipping. He agreed to it. I sent him the offer, and he bought them. So I had these listed for about 3 hours. No sales in the last 90 days on single hats, but I put all 11 up together. So he's into the hats for like $6 a piece, which is significantly cheaper than, one hat for $15. But yeah, all 11, $5 into $44 plus shipping in about 3 hours. That one was amazing. I was so happy to see that. So it kind of cooled down a little bit. We went to the movies, and came out of the movie and opened my phone, and I didn't have multiple notifications from eBay. I had one notification. So I open it up, I see a sale, closed it, and then another notification, and they came through back to back to back to back. 4 notifications came through, all, one after the other. A lot of times if you sell multiple things and you haven't seen your notifications, they're all waiting for you. You'll have like 4 notification little eBay tabs across the top of your phone. But they came through all one at a time. It was kind of interesting. So I sold this pair of Fox Racing. They're just khaki shorts, but Fox Racing brand, which is a motorcycle or motocross brand. I picked them up for $5.75 at Goodwill, and I sold them for $21.89 plus shipping. Pretty good sell there. And then this next one, this was a fun one. I talked about this in a video a week or so back about being nice to people, and it paid off for me. So I picked up, in that video, what I was talking about. This is a Wagner. This is a model, I think, 715. Model 715. All the pieces are in here. This is brand new, out of the box, never been used. This is factory sealed. The hose in there, factory sealed. It's a wallpaper steamer. So to get wallpaper off, it's got a heating element inside the main piece here. It's sealed. You can't open it. So you just fill it full of water, and then you plug it in, and it heats the water, and then steam comes out a big plate or a small plate, depending on which one, and it kind of softens up the wallpaper and breaks the bond between the wallpaper and the glue in the wall, and you can start peeling it off. So I saw a bunch of sold comps, and I was able to buy that for $4.99. I bought it for $4.99 at Goodwill, and I sold it for $35.90. I did send an offer on that one. I'd seen a looker or a watcher earlier, and I sent an offer, and they bought it while I was at the movie. So $35.90 plus shipping on that one. So 5 into $35.90. That's a pretty good one. I like that. We got another clothing item that sold. These are Gap 1969 27 size, so 27 inch or size 4 flares. These are interesting jeans. I'm pretty sure these weren't made like this. Somebody did this at home. And the reason I know that, including the little like slits on the bottom, is because they had a bunch of these different pieces that they had that were bleached in different spots. So they were doing this probably to put them on Poshmark originally, I'm guessing. But I picked these up at a garage sale. It's from a reseller who was selling clothing. She had a bunch of cool stuff, and she was getting married, and her soon-to-be husband didn't care for the reselling stuff all over the house, so she was just selling everything she had for 50 cents a piece. I picked up a whole stack of jeans, and I've sold a bunch of stuff from that garage sale. But so 50 cents, and I sold those for $12.88 plus shipping. Those are full price. Let's see what's next. Oh, this is another one. I listed it right about the same time as I listed those hats. It was the first thing I listed yesterday afternoon. Is this junior set of Ricky Fowler golf clubs. So these are Cobra golf clubs. Ricky Fowler, this little flipped up hat brim thing, that's kind of his little signature deal. But I was gonna price them at like $150 to $170 until I got to, whenever I was cleaning them up, the putter is the only thing that has a steel shaft, and it's probably hard to, well, you can see it. It's got some surface rust residue. I cleaned it up with vinegar water solution, but I did take pictures of this, and I pointed it out in the description and the pictures to show that it had some surface rust on there. It doesn't affect the way that it putts at all, but it looks like they probably, might have left it out laying next to a green, or left it outside, or for some reason it got wet and they never wiped it off, and it got a little bit of rust on it. But so I saw sold comps at around $125, and if I went back a few weeks, $135 plus shipping. So $125 to $135. And then I saw people had them listed starting at $100 plus shipping, all the way up to about $125 to $135 right now. And then a couple people, some of the sets I saw, I had mentioned on a video, were up to like $190. That was a Cobra Junior set. It wasn't the Ricky Fowler set. So I didn't mean to be misleading. I was just looking at Cobra Junior sets, and there were some with a little bit nicer bags that I think maybe had an extra club in it, but they were going for a little bit more money. But I decided to price mine at $134.89 plus shipping, and when I came out of the movies, I sold them. So I paid $50 for those at a garage sale on Friday. Paid $50 on Friday, sold them for $134.89 about 3 hours after I listed them. So they're going out the door. And I thought maybe, they bought mine because the shipping's a lot cheaper because they're really close to me. I sell a lot of stuff into Texas because I'm in Oklahoma. No, they're going to Indiana. So, yeah. Super happy about that one, and very lucky I have the right size box for it because my dad brought me one of the boxes he brought me a couple weeks ago. It's the right size box for that set of clubs right there. So it's going to be perfect. And then I thought I was done for the day. It was, 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night whenever we got home, headed into bed, and I was like, man, it was a great day. And so while I'm saying it, somebody bought this realistic high-power video audio tape eraser. This is a plug-in piece. So you plug it in, and there's a trigger. And when you do that, it activates the magnet. I tested it, so I have a metal table here, and I plugged it into my power strip, and I pressed the trigger, and it goes, whoosh, and it stuck right to the table. But it's a bulk eraser, so if you have video or audio tapes, excuse me, video or audio tapes, you can just erase what's on them because the magnet is so powerful. If you see that brand, Realistic, make sure you take a good look at whatever it is and comp it. So this is an old Radio Shack brand, and because there's not really Radio Shacks, a lot of the stuff that they had, if it's a unique item, especially like that, sells pretty well. But yeah, I picked that one up at an estate sale for $3.50 and sold it for $29.89 plus shipping. That's a really good one as well. So I mean, it was just a fantastic day. I don't know any other way to say it. $422 in sales for one day on a Monday is just, I'd have to look back. I don't think that's ever happened before. There's just an amazing day. So I hope I'm not the only person that experienced that. I hope there's some resellers out there that see this that also had fantastic days. If you didn't have a fantastic day, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to say about that. But as I look through a lot of the things that sold, a lot of it is fairly new. The 8-piece set of Revere ware is newly listed. The Chevy hats are newly listed. The racing shorts I've had up for maybe about 2 weeks. The wallpaper steamer is with about a week old. The golf club's a few hours. So a lot of things are newly listed items. As I'm paying attention to what I'm buying, I'm trying to buy stuff that has better comps, better sell-through rate, higher value, and just being a little bit more picky with what I'm buying. I'm not perfect. I'm not winning at every buy, so that's for sure. But yeah, it's just a good day. But that's all I've got for now. I really appreciate you watching. If you have any comments or questions, do leave those down below in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. And until next time, have a great day.